It is another episode of Who Wrote That Shopping List. I'm Chris. This is the shopping list, and we're going to figure out if we can piece together who we think wrote this very shopping list. Join me, won't you? Okay, so here is the list. This is face down, of course, like we always do. A little bit bigger than a normal, sticky across the top here, bigger than a normal Post-it note. So not your just standard square Post-it note. It's a rectangle, but folded in half. So obviously folded to put into a pocket for ease of transport, but not ease of keeping because they lost it. So let's get into this list. Let's take a look at it. First on the list, we have potatoes, and I can't read what that says. At first I was like, oh, that says ravioli, but obviously not. But whatever it was crossed off. Also, interesting correction on the potatoes spelling. But I think they spelled it potatoes instead of potatoes. But it's okay. They got rid of the E. Dan Quayle did not influence them. So they got whatever that first one is. If you can read what that is, tell me what that is, because I don't know. Then triple AAA batteries in a similar handwriting. So similar, but I think different. I think looking at the cursive of batteries versus the all caps in some of these. So I don't know. This looks like it might be a second person. But they got those, which is good. And then paper towels instead of paper powels. They crossed out that P or covered over that P with that T. And so here we are. Did not cross off paper towels. That's a problem. If we only got 2 items crossed off on this list before we lost it, it's not good. That is not good. And then followed by bounce dryer sheets. And you can see there's an interesting mix here between regular print and cursive in this. Like batteries, which looks like it's YS instead of IES. And like the spelling, the weird fascination about correct spelling on some, but not on others, is interesting. But also you see like where paper towels is kind of cursive, but dryer sheets is not. So I feel like this might gives us our first clue as to the history of this list. So then after that, we add eggs to it. Also not cursive, but kind of like the person who wrote the paper towels and the potatoes. And then, but hot dog buns, which if you're from New England like me, if you're from more like the eastern side, northeastern area of the country, you call them hot dog rolls. So I know this person is not a transplant like some of us. This person actually is from here and was taught hot dog buns instead of hot dog rolls like me. So but yeah, multiple handwritings in this. Interesting. Also capitalized hot and buns, but did not capitalize dog. Also interesting. But capitalized, like an egg's not capitalized, but every word of bounce dryer sheets is capitalized. So I don't know what's going on with this one. And then last, written in an entirely different, like that's written in pencil, it seems. Like it looks like they started in pen over here with the B, but it ran out or they stopped and they got interrupted, and then a completely different handwriting writes butter and bowl, butter plus bowl. So I guess they must be making something. Maybe that goes with the eggs And I don't know if potatoes would fit in anything with that, that you then put on a hot dog bun or hot dog roll, as I would say. But that is the entire list. So multiple people, multiple handwritings across this whole thing. Potatoes, batteries, paper towels, bounce dryer sheets, eggs, hot dog buns, rolls, and butter and bowl. So a wide gauntlet of items here that are being asked for, and nothing else on the list, as you can see. There's nothing else here. We can flip it over. Nothing else on the back, as you saw earlier, but folded to fit in a pocket, but lost. So that is an entire look at the list. So make your guesses now. Also, one more look at whatever this is that I cannot tell what that is. So if you have a guess, here's the list one last time. Make your guesses now, and we will go back to the final analysis. Okay, so we've gone through the list. We've seen all the different handwritings, the wide range of items, the type of paper, all that stuff, all the stuff that we normally do. So now it's time for final analysis. And looking at this, I might need some expert help. Here comes Salem, maybe. Looking at this list, here she comes. All right, you want to help me? All right, who wrote this list? I think that this list was very much written by, and correct me if I'm wrong, Salem, Detective Salem here. I think this list was written. It was it's a family list, and or it's a multiple person in the household list, and it was given to one person to do. So I think this was like the husband was sent to pick up all the items on the list. He probably added a couple things because he knows that he needs this or he needs that. And maybe like the kid needs something for like a project or something. That's where the stuff at the bottom comes in. I don't know. But that's kind of my general feel is I think this is the adult male of the house who is shopping for multiple people. So I typed all that into AI, to an AI image generator, and here in a second it's going to pop out exactly what that person looks like in my head to an AI image generator. So if you enjoy these, make sure to give us a like, a comment, a share, all that stuff, and join me next week, and maybe Salem too, for that one. See? She's going to smell who it is and tell me. For another episode of Who Wrote That Shopping List.